I started writing this like 5 days ago. It's a lot like his, but a little more. I'm just gonna read it.
Yeah, man.
I was exposed to a bunch of death as a teenager, far more than any teenager should. 20 years ago this year, actually, I lost my best friend, and that changed my life dramatically. I was in a dark place, and it really messed my head up. But something else happened that year. I met Robbie. I can honestly say that meeting Robbie, when I did, was an absolute blessing. I didn't know it then. I didn't even realize it until I was on the 15th draft of this. But he was. He helped sculpt me into the life that I have now and get me out of the hole that I was in. As a 16-year-old kid, I looked up to him. And older guys don't really look at 16-year-old kids, they just brush it off. But Robbie looked at me and he considered me a friend, and he was 22. That alone to me spoke volumes. I needed a friend, and I think he sensed that. And from our first conversation, I could tell he was different. He was gifted. Anywhere he went without any effort, he would make anyone happy. Smiles and laughter. Not just like a chuckle, but like a boisterous, snort and piss your pants kind of laughter. It was crazy how he could do that, and like I'd be with him and I'd see it, and it would just blow my mind how people would be like, holy shit, Robbie's here, and it would just be nothing but laughs and happy. Mm-hmm. As we got older, my love for music and his passion for music kept us pretty close. I could go a month or two without seeing him, but you could bet your ass if he heard something that was awesome, he'd be on the phone being like, dude, did you hear the new Reverend Horton Heat? And I'd be like, yeah. It was like we never missed a beat. And then him and John took me under their wing and showed me the whole DJing aspect of it. A few years later, Robbie taught me another pretty cool life lesson. He taught me that you didn't need to be a fashion model or a jock or hang out with the cool kids to get a chick. His enormous heart and his beautiful voice. His genuine happiness. It just had the ladies all over him, and it was amazing to me. It was like a spectacle. It was awesome. I was like, dude, look at this guy. Like, how the hell does that happen? Throughout the years, we never really lost touch, but the past few years, we had been hanging more often, going to bars and shows and karaoke, and I remember when he and John were gonna DJ my wedding, and he was telling me about some of his health issues. He was trying to be sober, and I told him that was funny because I wanted to walk out to the song Sober by Tool for me and my wife because the beat was just awesome and it sounded badass, you know, ladies and gentlemen, you know, it was badass, you know. But he knew me and he knew my track record with women, and he told me that I should walk out to one of his favorite songs, which was Eulogy. And then ironically, he got sober and my marriage died, and here I am with the Eulogy thing. All of his health issues, and he was still one of the happiest dudes ever, and he was still positive. He was still more concerned with making other people happy than having anyone worry about him. And the entire time I knew him, there was only one time I saw him worried about himself. Around late October and early November, we were on our way home from Manaway Corners of the deck. We saw a show there, and he was telling me about needing to have both the transplants. The first and only time he started crying. He was so scared. I never saw that side of him. And I felt as if it was like 20 years ago when I was 16. Only this time he was me and I was him, and I was there to help him. I promised I might be there for anything he needed. And I do the best I can to do that. I woke up on February 1st to a voicemail from him telling me when I could come up and visit him. And then I got a call right after that. Like 5 minutes later. He shouldn't be gone, and he is. I highly doubt I'll ever meet another person as special as him. He was truly one of the most beautiful souls to ever roam this earth. Happiness and a positive attitude were what was important to him, and it showed me that should be important to everybody. That's what really mattered. He helped teach me that, just as he's taught me that nothing about this life is fair. And it seems as if everything has come full circle. I love that guy. I do. I'm not a religious guy, and me and Robbie talked about that a lot, but I hope I do someday see him again. And I know every single one of you here could come up here and be like, he was this guy, and he was this guy, and it's all going to be the same, because you will walk this earth and never see a guy like that again. Ever. I love him.
Well, we have to thank a few people here today. And one is Matt for coming up here, shedding some laughs in this room. And I know you all have stories, and we'd love to hear them. We'd love to hear them all over this room today. Everything that made you smile, your favorite song that you sang, favorite song that he sang. Heck, sing it. Who cares? We're here to celebrate his life today. So we want to thank some people back behind the bar, Marnie and Missy, right? Back there, volunteering today. The ladies who decorated the tables and came in, printed off all the pictures, set a whole lot of the stuff up. They're standing there as modest as ever, but we're grateful for them. Cindy Sue, Rose, and Chrissy Snow. And then, of course, I know Cal's donated quite a bit of stuff here today. Again, there's donation been behind the bar for the food, and another donation went over by the check-in. And if you haven't checked in and signed in, please do so. We'd like to have that documented here today and give to his parents as well. So, other than that, Rose? Okay. Yep, we're going to release for food, but we'd like to release the reserved tables first, the families. So if these 3 tables over there can go ahead and if they want